Playing skills, you did.
Playing skills.
Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch cause you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause ice on the wrist. Why bet you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When the not save us, You be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, all on the wrist. Watch out flash, I never switch, I never switch.
I was legit ever since I blew they all on my hey back then didn't know
And we welcome all of our viewers inside a place that the folks around here like to call the Vault, and that's Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerged from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with the New Orleans Saints.
Let's go, baby.
Ready? 5-9.
Mike 54. I'm coming. You gotta get
Here we go.
Stay at home. Mike 5-4.
On first down, Breeze. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 24-yard line.
Ready? Yellow lady. I know he ain't got it. Switch it. Hey, break it down, fellas. Break it down. Over.
Now Breeze. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. That's Luke Kuechly with a sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Cam's going to run the option right. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Watch a slant, watch a slant, watch a slant.
To throw is Newton. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Obviously, they didn't get everything they wanted on that completion, but they put themselves in a spot where you got to at least think about going for it. I know where we are on the field, but still, you've got to think about it, don't you?
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially given 15, and the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Ready, 95-56, 95-56. Run it, 5-8. Wait a second.
Now on second and 16, Breeze. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith, and he's out right at the 25. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
The Saints spent a third-round pick on Traquan Smith out of UCF in 2018, and what a thrilling season for him. He was the guy that caught the pass from Drew Brees that moved him past Peyton Manning to become the all-time leading passer in NFL history.
Touchdown, defense. Hey, kill. Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
From the gun on third down, Breeze. And he hits his man, Matthews.
We got this.
First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down.
First down, Saints.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, easy. Right there, 54, right there. Check. Hey, check. 54.
Throwing on second and 8, Breeze. Left side, caught by Matthews. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
And it's third down.
That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people wanting to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
And now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? Third and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on third and short, but you got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Now a play fake here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Cameron Jordan in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Now Newton. Forced out to his left. He got him a big chunk of that yardage back, but even with that effort, it'll still be 3rd and long.
A gain of 14 yards. Brings up 3rd down.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they face a difficult 3rd and 12 coming up. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Out of the gun, Newton. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now it's Newton. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
That was a nice grab. Just couldn't get the feet down, right? Needed that toe tap sequence there. Whatever size shoe he's wearing, probably need about a half size smaller to complete that one.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd. From the gun, here's Newton. Off to Thomas on the left side. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 34-yard line.
Ian Thomas got pressed into action early his rookie season as all-pro tight end Greg Olsen went down with an injury. Ended up with 36 catches, and they definitely see him as the future once Olsen decides to hang it up and maybe become a broadcaster.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Newton. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Newton. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, Everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum? They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What, you mean with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Now Breeze finding Kamara. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 55 yards.
And the Saints, first down.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
So many play callers in the red zone worry about the negative effects of a play that they're about to call. But this guy, all he's worried about is gaining yardage and putting the ball in the hands of his playmakers.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. 2nd and 5 now. Breeze. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. K1 short. In there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
3rd down. 3rd and long.
3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here.
Opposite.
Shotgun now for Breeze. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Ted Ginn scoring a touchdown against his former mates as they are now on the board here in the first half. Lutz good on the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
So many offense want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
It's coming this way, Hey! Here we go. At 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. Watch the pass.
Throwing again. Newton. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
When offenses dial up big shots downfield, they're not always for the guys out wide. Sometimes they want to go to their big target, deep downfield, and the defense breathes a sigh of relief. 50-50 balls, not easy to get away from the big targets.
Newton. Completes it to Samuel. Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel, 76 yards. And the Panthers, they widen their lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
That'll be taken in the end zone. A beautiful fake. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 36 yards on the play. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
Now Breeze. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw is Breeze. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Luke Kuechly able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Kill.
Breeze going to throw. Caught on the left side by Ginn. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Breeze now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Breeze. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Breeze now to throw. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. Rashard Matthews, the intended target. And it'll bring up 3rd down. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And Lutz puts this one through. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. That's Samuel, caught left side. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That'll put him right at 99 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
40. What's that? No, it ain't. Here we go. Here we go. Ready.
Cam's going to run the option right. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
Both ready. 180. 6-man. Check curls, check curls, check.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Newton. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And some room to work. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Lutz with the extra point. And that will level the playing field at 17 all. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And what a return. Great field position all the way out to the 48-yard line.
Well, someone wasn't very happy about that game being tied up. They came right back at them with a big-time return. They want to get back out in front as fast as possible.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
I got you, pump.
They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. And this is picked up by the Saints. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Brings up second and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10.
12.
Again, it's Kamara. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Ready. Yellow waiting. Check. Block 54. Oh, you got deep? Check. We're good. Right forward. Ready.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. This is fielded inside the 5. Give him 11 yards that time on the return.
At their own 16-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they got across the 50 last time, but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long.
Check nickel. 20.
From the gun, Newton. Flushed out right. To the right side, and he's got more complete. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. A good return there, call it 13 yards. They have, by the way, gone to the 3rd quarter now at Ford Field in Detroit, and the Packers adding to their totals there and their lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Breeze to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Dontari Poe marches in for the sack. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. On the ground, Kamara. 8 yards here, so that gets him back within striking distance. And now it's 3rd down.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Ready. Yellow waiting. Mike by 4. It's our time.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
They had enough yards for the first down, but a clutch hit right there defensively jars it free. No first down.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. This will be taken at the 10. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. After the run, Newton going to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore. That'll bring up 2nd down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10.
Back.
To throw again. Newton. Flush to his right. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to go back to Moore there, and it's 3rd down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun. Newton. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 30 yards there, and of course the 1st down as well. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Check. 36-yard line. All right. Here we go. Let's go.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again, pushing through the contact. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
3rd down and 6.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the gun, Newton. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Marcus Davenport picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
You talk about a big kick under pressure in the 4th quarter. I mean, that wasn't like a 33-yarder. That was long distance.
Not only does it show the faith that they have in him, but also remember, if they'd missed that one, they're giving up the ball near midfield, so they had to be very confident that he was going to put that one through the post.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Drew Brees, 6 fourth-quarter comebacks a season ago, and that led the NFL. He'll try to deliver another one. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
At the 30-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Brees. And the pressure gets to Brees as he's taken down. K-1 short in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw is Brees. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. A big-time play there for New Orleans. And even 50 yards. Well, I guess at the very least, they got the tackle from keeping him out of the end zone.
Yeah, you're looking for that silver lining, aren't you? But guess what? Everything changes now after that big play. They've got a chance to strike.
So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Back to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Brees leaves this one with Kamara. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Saints on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 8. He's back to throw. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The kick by Lutz is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. Now, we knew this had the potential to be a tight game, but with less than 3 minutes to play, couldn't be any tighter. We're all tied.
All locked up, right? And this next drive is going to tell us everything we need to know about this game because I want to see how they come out with the football. Are they going to be aggressive and attack downfield? You still got the 2-minute warning to come up? Or are they going to be conservative and try and hold on and maybe just get to overtime?
Let's go, D. Let's go.
Now Newton. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Here I come again. Here I come. Eight. Switch. 6 guys. 61. Match box.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And the Panthers, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Newton now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. Now it's Newton. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another 1st down.
Hey, 180? Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Watch the curl.
Newton to throw. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Intended for DJ Moore. Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Newton. Got his target, Samuel. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 22-yard line. And now they're going to get the timeout. A huge play has them in field goal range with a chance to win. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. Right now, everything resting on the right foot of Jake Elliott. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And his kick here is good. And the Panthers have won the football game. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for the Panthers, the win means they'll finish in double digits at 10-6. And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better than average